Oh my goodness, how to qualify for Medicaid to pay for my nursing home? The fourth-headed monster. Folks, elder law care attorney Patrick Kelleher. Today's question, folks, is how does Medicaid pay for your nursing home, folks, which can be about $15,000 per month, private pay, or more in some cases, folks. So folks, pull up a chair, get your pen and notebook out, because today we will learn how to slay that metaphorical fourth-headed beast when it comes to elder law. Folks, how to pay for a nursing home, how to have Medicaid help you pay for the nursing home, how to receive or obtain eligibility from Medicaid. Here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, we refer to the Medicaid program as Mass Health. Okay, folks, different rules of engagement for 2023. Number one, you cannot have any assets greater than $2,000 for a single person to qualify for Medicaid. Okay, folks, so if you have any assets, they have to be spent down permissibly, properly, and there's not a lot of exceptions on that transfer rule, because if you start giving money away to the children and the grandchildren within 5 years of applying for Medicaid, you're going to create what they refer to as a penalty period, which means you will not qualify for Medicaid until that penalty period runs out. And they have a formula to figure that penalty period out. So folks, be careful of making gifts. I have another video, an article called Gifting is a Double-Edged Sword. You can Google elder law attorney Patrick Kelleher, Gifting is a Double-Edged Sword, for more information about making gifts. Okay, the devil is in the details. Folks, for married couples, for you happily married couples out there, different rules of engagement for Medicaid eligibility. Again, the nursing home spouse has to have less than $2,000 in their name to qualify. And if they have anything more than $2,000 under the spousal exception rule, you can transfer your excess assets to your community spouse. Sounds wonderful, right? So you can get your assets down below $2,000. You can transfer or gift to your spouse, and that's okay. That's the spousal exception rule. One of the very few rules when it comes to Medicaid eligibility, and that's one of the nicest ones in our Elder Law Toolbox: transfer excess assets to the spouse. But hold on, folks, there's a cap on that. There's a limitation on that. And under the 2023 numbers, the community spouse folks can only have $148,620. $148,620 of the non-real estate, the non-principal residence, cash assets, 401ks, IRAs, bank accounts, investment accounts. So the community spouse can only have that $148,260 in their name. So what if you have more than that? Well, folks, there's not a lot of tools in the Elder Law Toolbox. One tool to consider to work with your experienced elder law attorney if you have excess assets may be what they call a Medicaid compliant annuity or a single premium immediate annuity, but that's really has to be assessed and evaluated very carefully, and you have to run the numbers. Another tool we have in our Elder Law Toolbox is called a community pooled trust. And the community pooled trust, my Elder Law Care Center, we have used successfully for many clients who have excess assets over the community spouse resource allowance amount. However, folks, there's always changes in law. Currently, the legislation here in Massachusetts, the governor signed a bill into effect in 2023, scheduled to go into effect June 1st, 2023, where folks 65 and over can no longer use that community pooled trust. That would be considered a penalty period, unless the legislature reverses that, folks, which we hope they do, but there's no guarantee around that. So folks, really challenging to qualify for Medicaid benefits to pay for your nursing home. The key here, folks, is to get that 5-year clock running. From my experience, you're better off doing pre-planning, getting your treasures into your treasure chest, and beating that 5-year look-back period, folks, in the third quarter of life, maybe early fourth quarter, so you're not waiting to the end of the fourth quarter or, God forbid, the two-minute warning, like my late dear dad who ended up in a nursing home in the late fourth quarter of life, and we did not have enough time, we did not have the luxury of the 5-year look-back period. So folks, the key here, the key takeaway is Take action. Get that 5-year clock running now, folks, in the third quarter of life or early fourth quarter of life. So when you get to the late fourth quarter of life, folks, and the shoe drops and either you or your spouse becomes completely incapacitated, at least a good portion of your assets are off the table from Mass Health Medicaid because you beat out that 5-year look-back period by getting your treasures into your treasure chest. So folks, there you have it, the rules of engagement. If you found this video helpful, scroll down, post a question, post a comment, because a member of our Elder Law Care team will get back to you as soon as possible. If you'd like to learn more how to slay that metaphorical four-headed beast, go to Amazon, Patrick Kelleher, How to Avoid the Four-Headed Monster of Estate Planning and Elder Law, or simply go to elderlawcare.com to learn more. Folks, one more bonus here. Your current residence, your principal residence, can be valued at up to $1,033,000, so you can be house rich, cash not so rich to qualify for Medicaid. But keep in mind, if you do not protect a house and you receive Medicaid benefits, what will Medicaid do after you check out? They're going to put a lien on that home if it's not protected, because they're entitled and permitted to be reimbursed dollar for dollar what they paid in for your care. Folks, great seeing you here at elderlawcare.com.